Hi, I'm Nick Graves, creator and director of the Haunted Carnival. People ask, how did the carnival get started? And actually, it started a long time ago. First of all, we'll go way back to being a kid. I've always loved Halloween, and I always wanted to do my own haunted house. I'd always look for that one house every year that the neighbor went out of their way to create something more than just, oh, here's your candy. So growing up in New Orleans, there was always a couple of those neighbors that put on a big spectacular show. But growing up, I always thought I'd do it one day. Well, living in the community that I live in now, I realized every year these kids kept coming to the door, and I would do something small like a fog machine and a strobe light, and I'd answer the door, and they'd freak out. I'm like, wow, these people are an easy audience. So 2 years ago, my cousin Amy and I were roommates, and we decided we were going to throw a little, 2 weeks before Halloween, throw together a little haunted house. Why not? So we spent a little chunk of money, and we built 10 rooms in the front yard with about 8 or 9 actors. No big deal, small little thing. It took 3 minutes to walk through, and I created this great story. The problem is, what I learned from that year was that they loved it. People lined up and they were chanting, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a big deal. We don't have this around here. But what I was trying to do is tell a story, and it wasn't working because after the first, second scare, people would just run through the whole haunted house. And we had to stop it to get someone's shoe or their bag of candy or their purse or whatever they left behind. And we had to stop and start so many times. And I was like, wow, how can I get these people to get the story? I would say 90% of them didn't understand the story that I created that year. And although it was a little dinky little thing, it inspired me to create the Haunted Carnival, in which I knew that I was going to tell a story. And how to tell a story. How can you tell a story and get people to hear it? I was going to make them hear it this time. So, created a great story about a carnival that comes to town, a barker that collects souls of the innocent people that come through and turns them into sideshows. And over a 7-month period, I created the story, and in my notebooks and research, I realized that if I had storytelling throughout as a slowdown, people wouldn't always run through. If you have scare, then they're not going to capture anything. But if you have an introduction into a scare, into a slightly scare, into something bigger, it would just be this thing where you would slow them down. That was the main thing. And then at pivotal points, you can tell more story when they're ready to accept it. I think that it worked. I mean, our house ended up being over 10 minutes long to walk through, and people were captivated. And that's what I want to do. I want to tell stories, and that's what this carnival is all about, is telling stories. And how can you tell stories and do Halloween? Well, that's what we're trying to do here, and it's been a blast. A lot of work, and we assembled a huge team of people, and I could not be more grateful to have these people see my vision and execute it. I mean, it's brilliant. How do you get people to work for you for free? I don't know. You just have to believe in what you do. And I do. I have a lot of passion for what I do. And it's exciting to see everything come off the notebook, I think, in the end. In the big picture, when Halloween happened, I took a step back and I walked down the street and I looked at the house and I saw a carnival. It was a real carnival. And I couldn't believe it happened. But that's the thing, though. When you create something and you say you're going to do it, and then you execute it and you actually do it, that's what's rewarding, I think. But what can be more rewarding is putting together an amazing cast. And it was a lot of hard work trying to see who goes where. But everyone was just as passionate and jumped on board. And it made those 7 months of hard work and money spent worth it, just to see the cast light up alone. So looking back at everything, I just want to say thank you so much to the cast. You guys truly made my dream come true, going from the stinky little 10-room haunted house with 7 or 8 people to a cast of, I think, over 30 people, I think it was, with the cast and crew and backstage people. I mean, incredible. You guys truly are amazing. You made the characters that I created come off the page and come to life, and that is the most rewarding thing for any director or creator, to see it come to life. It's breathtaking. I want to say a special thank you to my cousin Amy Livingood. I couldn't have done it without her. She was my inspiration for the first year. She kept me going, and she's there for me when I need her. This year she was more involved. She did the makeup, and which was incredible. We sat together and planned out everything, and she would take my ideas and she would go further with them and take them and create something completely beyond that I could even imagine. And she's talented for that, and I just am so proud of her. Seriously, thank you so much for everyone that helped and believed in this project. I think that is something that and you're all in the credits, so if I'm not saying anyone's name, you're there. But thank you guys. It means a lot to me, and I'm looking forward to next year. I've already been writing scripts and planning out everything, and if you think the Haunted Carnival was cool, wait till you see next year. It's going to be even better.